I had a guest on my show that said, a lot of those vaccines were saline solution because if they actually vaccinated so many people, there would be so much blowback from all the injuries that it would be so obvious. And I actually thought that was kind of preposterous at the time, but I've realized that so much that I thought was preposterous and wasn't preposterous. And I'm curious for your thoughts on that.
Well, there's no real checking of that. So we don't really know, and there's no evidence of that. We haven't seen any evidence at all. In people who have checked vials randomly, there's been no evidence that people have analyzed vials that were pure saline solutions. So I don't think that's the case. I wouldn't discount it, but I just haven't seen any evidence that this is the case. And so I'm not inclined to believe that it's true. I'm open to the possibility that it could be true, but without having the evidence, I just wouldn't make that claim at all.
Can you tell me?
I would stay away from that.
How did you feel as you were starting to look into these numbers and starting to realize that, all these people that you trusted were maybe lying and that you would even put your own health on the line? What was that like, that personal transformation? And then I guess as you started talking about it, being, completely rejected by everybody around you, that must have been a strange journey. Maybe it still is for you at this point.
Yeah. When I first looked into the data, I ended up spending about 2 or 3 weeks doing some research, and then I wrote up a 150-page article for Trial Site News entitled "Should You Be Vaccinated?" And that was published, I think it was May 25th of 2021. And I thought within weeks of that article being out there, people would realize, oh my gosh, we were misled, we made a mistake, the data is very clear. And I was surprised by the reaction in that people would contact me. The people on my scientific advisory board all resigned, saying that I was a misinformation spreader, I'm a dangerous person, and they don't want to be associated with me anymore, and I'm not scientific. And I asked them, well, was there something that I wrote that I made a mistake on? And they refused to answer, and they said, do not contact me again, ever. And so they didn't want to identify any errors. They basically said that I was wrong, but they couldn't find a single error in what I had written. And so this was a pretty odd response in my opinion, because normally if you have a disagreement, you talk to people about what the disagreement is and you try to resolve the conflict, because sometimes the person making the claim could be wrong. But in this case, they refused to engage at all. And so they left me with, Steve, you're wrong, but we're not going to tell you why you're wrong. And so I'm left to try to figure that out on my own. And I still haven't figured out how I got it wrong, because all the data that I've collected since that time has reaffirmed my initial conclusions. So, and to this day, I even offered $1 million to the people on the FDA or the CDC advisory committee, the outside advisory committee, the ACIP. It's called the ACIP committee, ACIP, and advisory committee on immunization practices of the CDC. I offered them $1 million to sit down with me for 4 hours and explain to me how I got it wrong. So I'm really trying to find out if I got it wrong. Please tell me. $1 million. I mean, it's worth your time. And I got no responses. So I knew at that point that these people don't want to talk about the science. When you offer $1 million to someone for 4 hours of their time and they turn that down, they don't want to talk about it. Now, the only reason that they would not want to talk about it is because they know that they're wrong and they don't want to admit it. And much later in time, more recently, I spoke with the editor of one of the top medical journals, and and he says, I'll be honest with you, they don't want to talk to you because they're afraid of debating you because they don't want to be shown to be wrong in public, and that's why you're not getting any debates that you want. That's why people are wielding the censorship power. They're basically retracting our papers. They're calling us misinformation spreaders, or in my case, a misinformation super spreader. And they're trying everything that they can do to discredit us. So on my Wikipedia page, for example, I had a National Caring Award that was awarded to me by Hillary Clinton in a massive auditorium in Washington, D.C., in front of a huge audience. As soon as I started speaking out against the vaccine, my National Caring Award disappeared from my Wikipedia profile for no reason whatsoever, because it would be inconsistent to characterize me as an evil anti-vaxxer if I got a National Caring Award. So they simply removed, Wikipedia basically changed history to position me as an evil person rather than one of the most generous people in America. And so this is how they do it. They do it by essentially rewriting history. It's so I'm seeing this firsthand, these kinds of techniques. And then when I complained on Wikipedia about how I was being unfairly treated, they banned me for life from commenting on Wikipedia because they said that I'm the type of a person who doesn't believe in creating an encyclopedia of accurate knowledge.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.